The year is 2025. A new skyscraper in a major capital city begins to settle, concrete cracking within its first decade. A $500 million bridge requires complete structural overhaul just 50 years after its inauguration. We celebrate material science that promises a lifespan measured in centuries. Yet everywhere we look, the symbols of our modernity are decaying, rusting, and failing under the pressure of time. But imagine a different world. Imagine a civilization over 2,000 years removed from us, capable of constructing not just a durable monument, but a machine. A mechanism so precise, so astronomically advanced, that when modern engineers first studied its remains, they concluded it must have been an artifact dropped from a later century. They called it the Antikythera Mechanism. This clockwork mind, pulled from a Roman-era shipwreck, could predict eclipses, track planetary motion, and calculate complex calendars with dizzying accuracy. It proved the ancient Greeks possessed a mechanical genius we refuse to grant them. Yet there is a mystery deeper than its gears. A core enigma that, if solved, reveals a technological leap so profound it would rewrite history. What powered it? The prevailing theory is that the Antikythera mechanism was simply hand-cranked, a skilled operator turning a knob, aligning the celestial dance. But why design an object with dozens of differential gears, requiring precision carving that predates Swiss watchmaking by 1,500 years, only to power it with the inconsistent turning of a human wrist? The gears themselves whisper of something more complex, something self-sustaining, something engineered to maintain perfect, perpetual motion for decades. To understand the audacity of this power source, we must journey back to the Hellenistic world, specifically Rhodes, around 150 BCE. The builders weren't just thinkers, they were mechanics. They understood hydraulics, pneumatics, and the latent potential of thermodynamics. They weren't using steam engines, but they were deeply aware of pressure, temperature shifts, and the subtle, rhythmic forces of the natural world. The problem they faced was twofold: maintaining an exact timekeeping tempo and generating enough energy to turn 37 interconnected, heavy bronze gears without the aid of continuous human intervention. The common answer, a water clock, is too inaccurate for the mechanism's astronomical purpose. The answer, according to the emerging fringe analysis, lies in a lost discipline: atmospheric resonance. Imagine a sealed, airtight bronze reservoir, likely much larger than the mechanism itself, perhaps housed within a temple or observatory. This reservoir, according to the controversial hypothesis put forth by Dr. Aris Thalassinos, was the key. Thalassinos speculates that the Greek engineers understood how to exploit the minute daily fluctuations in atmospheric pressure and temperature within a sealed system. These tiny, rhythmic changes in the air inside the chamber, harnessed through a sophisticated series of valves and bellows made of oiled leather, could be converted into a continuous micro-rotational force. It was not a grand energy burst, but a gentle, ceaseless push, a perpetual engine harvesting the breath of the planet itself. This is the Logos engine, energy through atmospheric logic. The crucial engineering secret here lies in the sealant. Bronze alone is porous, and leather degrades. The mechanism required a material that could maintain an absolute vacuum or pressure differential for generations. Research into Roman concrete, or opus commentitium, reveals a key ingredient: volcanic ash from the Bay of Naples. This ash, when mixed with lime, creates a calcium aluminum silicate hydrate compound that actually heals itself when cracked, reacting with seawater over time. What if the engineers of the mechanism didn't just use this material for buildings? What if they utilized a hyper-refined alchemical version of this volcanic compound to create the gaskets and seals for their Logos engine? This suggests a chemical engineering mastery that goes far beyond simple masonry, hinting at early material science focused on longevity and absolute atmospheric integrity. This suggests a chemical engineering mastery that goes far beyond simple masonry, hinting at early material science focused on longevity and absolute atmospheric integrity. The difficulty of this operation is staggering. To achieve perfect, perpetual movement requires that the sum of the system's friction be less than the harnessed ambient force. This is where the mechanical genius of the mechanism's gears comes into play. Modern laser scans reveal the bronze gears were cut with teeth no wider than 1.25 millimeters, a tolerance that is nearly impossible without precision lathes we credit to the 18th century. Furthermore, analysis of the residual material on the axle points suggests the ancient mechanists used a sophisticated, highly refined lubricant, not just olive oil, but a lanolin and graphite composite. This composite would have minimized friction to an absolute minimum, ensuring the micro-rotational force from the Logos engine was enough to turn the entire complex array of wheels. It's an elegant solution. Reduce the demand to match the sustainable, subtle supply. The discovery of a large, circular, heavily oxidized bronze disc with attachment points, currently cataloged as an unidentified weight in the Athens National Archaeological Museum, may be the missing piece. This disc is too thin to be a structural support and too heavy to be a decorative element. Valesinos posits this was the inertia flywheel, designed to store the kinetic energy harvested by the Logos engine. It would provide smooth, consistent torque and dampen the erratic nature of weather patterns. The narrative shifts from mere mechanism to a philosophical statement. The builders of the Antikythera Mechanism were not content with recording the universe. They sought to connect their creation to the universe's own energy source. They were seeking to achieve sympathetic resonance with the cosmos, making the mechanism a miniature model of a self-sustaining clockwork universe. This concept of harnessing ambient environmental energy for persistent technology is not just ancient speculation, it is the holy grail of modern green engineering. The possibility that 2 millennia ago, a small group of Hellenic mechanics solved this problem using bronze, air, and volcanic ash is both humbling and terrifying. It means they had achieved a level of energetic efficiency that we, with our gigawatts in fusion dreams, have yet to master. The ultimate question remains unanswered. The mechanism was found in pieces, its power source, if it existed, separated and possibly destroyed. Was this advanced system lost due to a catastrophic cultural collapse, or was the knowledge fiercely protected, intentionally obscured, perhaps viewed as a dangerous power that should not fall into the wrong hands? The enduring mystery of the Antikythera Mechanism is not simply the brilliance of its gears, but the whispered promise of its power source. It is a haunting testament to a forgotten wisdom that the greatest engineering feats do not require brute force, but require a deep understanding of the subtle, available forces of the natural world. The mechanism reminds us that the human legacy is not just what we build that survives, but the crucial knowledge we failed to preserve. And perhaps, somewhere beneath the waves, the Logos engine still sits, silently, patiently waiting for the rhythm of the tide to wind it once more.